celestial wisdom, bridging the gap between the educated and the ignored. Once upon a time in the bustling city of Fairdale, there existed a stark divide between the educated elite and those deemed stupid by societal standards. The city was known for its prestigious Fairdale University, where scholars, intellectuals, and scientists thrived. On the opposite end of the spectrum were the residents of a neighborhood known as Ignorance Hollow, a place where many struggled to make ends meet and education was often considered a luxury they couldn't afford. At the heart of this tale were two individuals who epitomized the disparity between the educated and the perceived stupid. On one side was Professor Elias Thornton, a renowned physicist and philosopher who had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. He resided in a grand mansion overlooking the city, with a library that held the wisdom of centuries. On the other side was Jack, a middle-aged man living in Ignorance Hollow. Jack had dropped out of school at an early age and was often ridiculed for his lack of formal education. He eked out a living by doing odd jobs and had a reputation for making questionable decisions. One fateful day, an announcement sent ripples through Fairdale. A massive asteroid, named Celestial Reckoning, was hurtling toward Earth. Panic spread like wildfire, and the city turned to Professor Thornton for guidance. He was tasked with finding a solution to prevent the asteroid from causing catastrophic damage. The brilliant professor immediately assembled a team of experts and began working tirelessly, analyzing data, running simulations, and devising complex equations. As days turned into weeks, the educated elite of Fairdale marveled at the complexity of the professor's work, and the city held its breath in anticipation. Meanwhile, in Ignorance Hollow, Jack couldn't escape the dire news either. He watched the reports on a small television he had salvaged from the trash. Despite his lack of formal education, he possessed an innate curiosity about the world around him. Jack had always been a dreamer, a tinkerer, and a firm believer in the power of human intuition. As the days passed, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that he had to do something. While he knew nothing about physics or mathematics, he had an idea. With a makeshift telescope he'd crafted from old lenses and tubes, he spent nights observing the night sky, trying to make sense of the celestial dance unfolding above. One evening, Jack noticed a pattern in the asteroid's movements that nobody else had seen. It was a subtle, almost imperceptible rhythm. He scribbled his observations on a piece of scrap paper and rushed to the local library, where he found an outdated astronomy book. Desperate to share his discovery, Jack approached a group of university students studying there. At first, they laughed at him, dismissing his observations as the ramblings of an uneducated man. But one student, Emily, took a closer look at Jack's notes and realized Emily and Jack teamed up, with her scientific knowledge complementing his intuition. They presented their findings to Professor Thornton, who, despite his initial skepticism, decided to investigate further. To everyone's surprise, Jack's keen observation turned out to be the missing piece of the puzzle. By combining his insight with As the day of the celestial event neared, Fairdale united behind the improbable team of Professor Thornton, Emily, and Jack. The city witnessed a remarkable collaboration between the educated and the so-called stupid. With a combination of scientific precision and instinctive insight, they successfully diverted celestial reckoning away from Earth's path. In the aftermath of the crisis, Veridale underwent a transformation. The city recognized that wisdom could come from the most unexpected places, and the divide between the educated elite and the less privileged began to shrink. Professor Thornton himself acknowledged the value of different perspectives and started outreach programs to bring education to Ignorance Hollow. The story of celestial reckoning became a legend in Veridale, a reminder that true intelligence knows no boundaries, and that sometimes the most extraordinary solutions can arise from the unlikeliest of sources. It was a tale that would be told for generations, a testament to the power of collaboration between the educated and those who, by society,